Visiting a new city. Last year, I visited a new city for the first time. It was one of the most exciting experiences of my life. The city I visited was not far from where I live, but I had never been there before. I went there with my parents and my younger brother during our school holiday. We stayed there for 3 days, and during that time, we saw many new things and learned a lot. The city we visited is called Riverhill. It is a medium-sized city, not very big, but not very small. It is known for its parks, clean streets, and friendly people. We went there by train, which took about 2 hours. I sat by the window and watched the countryside as we travelled. There were trees, farms, and small houses along the way. I took a few photos with my phone because everything looked so peaceful and green. When we arrived at the train station, the city looked very busy. Many people were walking, cars were moving, and buses were stopping to pick up passengers. It was louder and faster than our hometown. I felt a little nervous at first because everything was new, but I was also very excited. Our hotel was not far from the station. We walked there with our bags and checked in. The room was clean and comfortable. From the window, I could see the streets and a big park. After we rested for a short time, we went out to explore the city. The first place we visited was the city square. There were many tall buildings, shops, and cafes. In the centre of the square was a fountain with water that danced in the sunlight. Children were playing near the fountain, and people were sitting on benches, talking or eating ice cream. I liked the feeling of the square. It was full of life and colour. We went into some shops to look at souvenirs. I saw small keychains, postcards, and local food. My brother bought a toy car, and I bought a notebook with the name of the city on it. My parents bought some local snacks to take home. I liked walking through the streets and looking at the different signs and buildings. Each shop had something special. Later, we went to a museum. It was about the history of the city. There were old photos, maps, and objects from the past. I learned that Riverhill was built near a river, and that's how it got its name. A long time ago, people used the river to travel and trade goods. The museum also had information about famous people from the city and how it changed over time. That evening, we went to a small restaurant to try the local food. I ordered a dish called Riverhill chicken. It had a lot of flavour and was not too spicy. My brother had noodles with vegetables, and my parents shared a big plate of rice and seafood. The food was very good, and the people in the restaurant were kind and helpful. I liked how they smiled and asked if we needed anything. The next day, we went to the park that we saw from our hotel window. It was a large park with green grass, flowers, and a small lake. Many people were walking, running, or riding bicycles. Some children were playing games or flying kites. We walked slowly, enjoyed the fresh air, and took many pictures. My brother and I rented 2 bicycles and rode around the park. It was fun and made me feel free. In the afternoon, we visited the river. The city had a path next to the water where people could walk. Boats moved slowly along the river, and we watched them from a small bridge. I liked hearing the sound of the water and feeling the breeze on my face. We sat there for a while, enjoying the calm and quiet moment. It was different from the busy city square. I think it was my favourite place in the whole city. On the third day, we visited a local market. The market was full of colours, smells and sounds. People were selling fruits, vegetables, clothes and handmade items. There was music playing, and people were laughing and talking. I tried a small cake made by a woman at one of the stands. It was sweet and soft. My mother bought some fruit, and my father bought a small painting of the river. The market was full of life, and I liked how everyone seemed happy. Before we left the city, we went back to the square one more time. We sat near the fountain and ate some ice cream. I watched the people around me and thought about everything I had seen and done. Visiting a new city was more than just a trip. It was a chance to learn, to see something different, and to make memories. When it was time to go back to the train station, I felt a little sad. I wanted to stay longer. I had learned so much about the city, but I knew there was still more to see. My family said we could come back again one day, maybe during another holiday. That made me feel better. On the train ride home, I looked out the window again. The sky was getting dark, and the lights in the towns were starting to shine. I thought about how nice the people in the city were, how delicious the food was, and how beautiful the river and the park looked. I wrote some notes in my new notebook so I would not forget. Visiting a new city taught me many things. I learned how to read signs and maps, how to speak politely to strangers, and how to enjoy new experiences. It made me braver and more curious. It showed me that the world is big and full of interesting places. I also learned how important it is to travel with family. We shared laughs, helped each other, and made new memories together. Now, I want to visit more cities. I want to see different cultures, try more foods, and meet more people. I know that every city has something special. Each place has its own story. Riverhill was the first new city I visited, and it will always be special to me. I will remember the fountain, the park, the river, and the smiling people. Travelling does not always need to be far or expensive. Even a short trip to a new place can teach us a lot and make us happy. I hope more people can visit new cities and see how beautiful and different the world can be. One small trip can open your eyes and heart.